Gazprom's announcement that it is unilaterally stopping gas deliveries to certain EU member states is another provocation from the Kremlin. We will ensure that Gazprom's decision has the least possible impact on European consumers.
Ursula von der Leyen speaking a little earlier on. Well, France 24's Dave Keating, our Brussels correspondent, joins us now. Dave, thanks for joining us. What were the main messages you think that Ursula von der Leyen was aiming to get across today?
Well, clearly all of her messages were intent to calm down the energy markets, because we have seen energy markets react to this news today with a lot of fear and trepidation, and the price is kind of going wacky. So she wants to reassure chiefly that Bulgaria and Poland's neighbors are supplying them with gas already, that's already happening. And she stressed during this press conference that has been made possible because of all the investments that have been made in interconnectors between Poland and its EU neighbors, and also with the new gas infrastructure that's been built within these countries. So she wanted to stress that neither are going to be left without gas because they can get gas that's made extra in other countries, and also that there are enough reserves to handle this. Then she talked more about the long term, about the Repower EU plan that the Commission came out with a few weeks ago to try to lessen the dependence on Russian oil and gas by increasingly investing in renewables and finding more, as she put it, reliable suppliers. But her main message here was that any attempt at blackmail, as she called it, by Russia using their energy supply will fail, because the EU can withstand it, and because in the long term, she said, Russian fossil fuel has no future in Europe. Now, she was asked, on that same note, we're expecting the Commission to come out with a proposal for an embargo on Russian oil. That was expected yesterday. It didn't happen. And so she was asked again, where is this proposal? She didn't really directly answer. We're not really sure what the holdup is here on that. Of course, that's oil. That's not related to this current crisis, which is gas. But things are still moving slow. And I think that she was speaking more confidently than I'm hearing from people behind the scenes. But the main intention here was to reassure and calm the markets.
And she was asked a question that I think a lot of us are quite curious about, Dave. Namely, it is reported that some EU members have accepted that demand from Moscow, that gas be paid for in rubles. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, this was a report by Bloomberg that said the gas companies of 10 European countries, we don't know if those are EU, they just said European, are now acquiescing to Putin's demand to be paying in rubles. Now, Commission President von der Leyen was asked a very specific question about that, and she gave a very specific answer. She was asked, does that violate the EU sanctions against Russia? Her answer was a very clear yes. If companies are paying for Russian gas in rubles, and rubles were not spelled out in their contract, that is a violation of the EU's sanctions. And that would be a very big mistake for those companies, she said. Now, we still don't have more details about which countries we're actually talking about here, but that was a very stark warning from the Commission President. To be violating those Russia sanctions right now is a dangerous move by those companies, and eventually we will learn which countries and which companies this involves, and the Commission has signaled just now that they are not playing around with this, and they probably will take action.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for that update. Dave Keating in Brussels, thank you so much.